Hey guys, first live on YouTube, and you are in my kitchen, and I'm cooking lunch with just a few simple ingredients to help my immune, also to boost my gut health with some prebiotic fibers, with some garlic that will help our immune system to kill all the bacteria. But other than that, it's just a simple meal. And hey guys, I'm gonna be also setting up TikTok live. So let's see if I can do both at this. By the way, yeah, I'm nutrition coach, and that's what I usually eat. So let's just see if we can go live. Maybe not sure. The calling me. Let's just go live on YouTube then. Anyhow, guys, so today, what are we cooking today? Good question, right? The main star of our cooking is kale. That, by the way, is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin A, quite rich in folate or B9 vitamin that is crucial for our health and our longevity. But again, it's immune boosting, also great food for our gut bugs. And that we will be cooking with some bell peppers. That is a champion when it comes to vitamin C, so more vitamin C, and mushrooms that are super low in calories, in carbs, in almost everything but vitamins and prebiotic fibers that our gut bugs love like very much. And they make everything taste delicious. That's why I also love mushrooms, and you can eat them raw or cooked. In this case, we're gonna be cooking them. Then we have red onions already cut. And red onions, guys, besides being rich in antioxidants, they are also amazing food for our gut bugs, helping our good gut bugs to eat better and to outnumber and kill our bad gut bugs that we want to have less of. And this is here. Also, we have activated garlic, and we activate garlic to make it more, well, to actually activate the compounds that help our body to kill bacteria, different microbes and pathogens. So we activate garlic by crushing it and then letting it seed and oxygenate for 10 minutes or more. That's how we activate garlic. And then you can eat it raw or you can cook with it. So, and for our protein today, guys, so we're gonna have eggs, 4 of them actually. So I usually eat 4 eggs, 4 average eggs for my lunch or dinner. And this is lunch and dinner. And then here I also have my favorite spices, my sea salt. This is actually Himalayan salt. And that's about it. And it's gonna be super easy and simple. So we have a pan. That's where I'm gonna be cooking everything. I'm a fan of simple cooking. Now, it might seem like a lot of ingredients, but basically what we're gonna do, one by one, we're gonna put it in a pan for a few minutes, and then we're gonna add eggs and spices at the end, and voila, the lunch is ready. So we're gonna we're gonna start with putting our onions in the pan. Just the onions first. I like to cook my onions first a little bit because they're quite hard to cook and I want them to be softer, and they usually take a little bit more time to cook. That's why I put them first. And then we're gonna add a little bit of water, not oils, not butters. You don't need any of that, especially if you are someone who is trying to lose weight or get leaner or just watch your weight, you want to be eating your fats in whole foods, not separately adding. Even though I am a fan of extra virgin olive oil and virgin coconut oil, so just a little bit to cover the bottom of the pan. And then we're gonna put first on high heat, but then I'm gonna put it on medium heat. And so we allow this to cook. So onion, water, that's it, for about 5 minutes before adding all the other vegetables. After our onions is more or less done, we're gonna put our mushrooms, our bell peppers, or whatever veggies you prefer. Most of them, veggies, guys, they're so easy. Cut them, and they basically cooked like the same amount of time. Just the bigger the sizes, the more time they're gonna take to cook. So whenever you cut them in small pieces, thin pieces, they take almost like no time for cooking. And eggs are also pretty fast and easy. So anyhow, we're gonna add our veggies, we're gonna add our kale, we're gonna leave it for about 7 minutes more after our onions. Then we're gonna add our eggs and let it sit for 7 to 10 minutes, depends on how you like your eggs. And that's it. This is one of my to-go meals, my favorite meals, because again, it is super high in nutrients, vitamins, minerals, fiber, in healthy proteins and healthy fats. The whole meal would probably give you about 25 grams of protein. Most of it is going to be from eggs, some of it is going to be from our vegetables. So you choose vegetables. Vegetables should be by bulk, by volume. They should be most of your meal. That's why, I have a few plates of veggies and just 4 eggs. And then you add any protein you want on top of that. So today we're going to be cooking eggs. I'm actually also going to be adding sardines in extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to be also eating this one. So sardines with skins and bones in extra virgin olive oil. I usually drain the oil. So we have about 5 minutes to cook our onions now. So sardines canned with bones, with skin, omega-3 fatty acids, of course, great source for that, but then also calcium, because bones preserved in a can, they're actually chewable, and so you get all the calcium that in those bones, plus you get phosphorus, you get some magnesium, other minerals, skin, you get the collagen, a good amount of protein and healthy fat again. So I like to add canned sardines to a lot of my meals when I don't cook a lot of other protein. And I don't eat often, maybe like 2 times tops. So I eat more in one meal than most people probably who want to divide the meal into several meals. So our onions are cooking, and while they are cooking, I'm going to talk more about balanced healthy meals. So the idea is to cook any veggies you'd like. Again, cut them in smaller pieces, and so they take approximately the same amount of time. You're going to cook your veggies. You're going to add some sort of whole food, protein and fat source, and then you add your spices, your favorite spices, herbs. I actually have some fresh ones here to add at the end of cooking. So you add some spices, herbs, and salt, maybe a little bit of olive and coconut oil if you'd like. You don't have to, like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just using water is enough for your meals, just for the cooking purposes. And you're gonna get a lot of vitamins, minerals, and protein and fat. And this is amazing, not just for your immune system, for your gut health, but also for proper hunger management to maintain healthy weight, healthy hunger, and to stop snacking and feel satiated between your meals. So our onions are sizzling in water, and while they're still doing that, we're gonna actually start adding the rest of our veggies. We're gonna open up our pan. Again, we have a whole plate. This is about 200 grams of each, 250 bell peppers and mushrooms, button mushrooms, simple button mushrooms. You want to kind of distribute it. So no left. What else we're gonna do? We're gonna add our kale there too. You know, when you cook kale, it always seems like it's a lot, but after like 5-7 minutes, all the like a lot of water goes away and it becomes really small amount. So now we have our kale and the veggies. I reduced heat a little bit and we're gonna leave them for about 7 minutes. After that, I'm gonna add my remaining garlic that is still getting activated to work better. It actually, guys, that's the science. Garlic is not doesn't give you any health benefits, doesn't help your immune system to kill the pathogen unless you activate it with crushing it and then leaving it for at least 10 minutes outside. And then again, you can eat it raw or you can cook with it. So our veg is gonna take about 7 minutes more. Let me try, I'm trying to go live with my TikTok, but it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, let's do the Instagram. What do you think? Our veggies are gonna be cooking. Anyhow, today, maybe not. What else, guys? I want to share with you a couple of other foods. A couple of other foods, guys, that not a lot of people are eating these days, unless in your culture it is a tradition to do so. So this is sauerkraut. This is basically a fermented cabbage, the same, well, almost the same bacteria, or maybe the same that you would find in yogurt. They ferment cabbage when you leave it out, and then they have these bacteria that are called probiotics that are highly beneficial to our gut health. And so I eat about 20 grams every single day, and that's what I recommend for all of you to do. And I usually eat it right before my meal or with my meal. It doesn't really matter, but that's my probiotic foods that I'm eating every day, and it improves our gut health. But also, guys, as we know, 70 to 90%, as they say, our immunity is in our gut. So the healthier our gut, the better we are able to resist whatever infection is around, COVID-19 or not. That, and another one, really important for our thyroid and also our overall health, like you cannot be healthy without it. This is wakame, seaweed that is specifically high. There are other kinds of high in iodine seaweed, and this is one of them. So it was dry, and I put some water in it, and now it is wet, and you can eat it in your salad by itself. It doesn't taste like much. It's actually pretty pleasant. You can put it like I do in your meals, and just 5 grams dry will give you, I think, like 300 to 400% of your iodine, and basically has no calories, no nothing, just the iodine from the sea. So really important for your thyroid health. You know, thyroid is our major gland for metabolic health, for weight maintenance, also energy, how energetic we feel every day. So wakame and some other types of seaweed, the best source. And again, you need very tiny amount to get all the iodine we need. And so we're still waiting on our veggies, a few more minutes. And while we are waiting, you know what I like to do a lot of times? Let me see. What I like to do is mixing my sauerkraut with my seaweed. And that gives it much better taste. And it's like two health enhancing foods in one. I always, guys, experiment with my healthy foods to make it more delicious, more fun. Because at the end of the day, guys, you might not specifically be crazy about some foods, but if they are really good for your health and they give you energy, vitality, health, they prevent diseases, they just make life more awesome. Sometimes it's just worth to learn how to make them, if not, crazy delicious, then just enjoyable. That's what my perspective, sometimes it's worth it. Just like exercise. You might not like to exercise every day, but it's worth it because it makes life on so many levels much, much better. How we feel, how we look, just whole overall life experience. The same with cabbage and seaweed. Sometimes you just get creative to make it delicious. Cool. So our veggies are gonna be soon ready to be mixed with our eggs and with our garlic, herbs, spices, salt. It's such an amazing meal, guys. A lot of veggies, eggs, your favorite spices, herbs. So easy also. And if you don't have time to cook every of your meals, you can cook once a day for your whole day, or you can cook maybe, you make an omelette, but you make it really big and you eat half now and half tomorrow. So there are many, many ways that you can make healthy eating convenient for you, for your life situation, without having to spend, time in the kitchen all day, every day. Like I have time to cook. I love cooking. For me, it's also the way to explore my foods and learn more about my food. And it's kind of like relaxing time with myself when I'm just, mixing, creating, doing stuff, enjoying myself. So I really enjoy it. If you don't figure out a way how to have your healthy meal without spending too much time in the kitchen. So now we're gonna mix our veggies a little bit more. For me, I cook so much like vegetables that it's always kind of hard to mix them because I make like I put a lot and fill my whole pan with vegetables. And then my parents always joke that I need a bigger pan so my vegetables don't fly around. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna add our eggs, our garlic, spices, herbs, mix it all, leave it, eat our sauerkraut in the meantime, and then our meal is ready. So my favorite spices for today: salt, and then we have our eggs, 4 of them. Mhm. Now we're gonna mix it all again. The smells, guys, it's undescribable. It's so delicious. It's, especially garlic, onion. When you cook it, it gives such a nice aroma. And the cooking part is done. So now we just give it, let's say no more than 10 minutes and everything is going to be ready. And then, guys, when I turn off the heat, what I do is I add all of my fresh herbs on top. I close the lid, and the heat from the food that was cooked, it goes up into our fresh herbs. It makes them a little bit softer without cooking and destroying all the antioxidants. And so the whole flavor profile of our food, and also of course antioxidants, the amount of them, becomes much richer. But also the eating experience, it's more enjoyable because the herbs, when they're fresh, they're usually a little bit tough to chew unless you like cut them really tiny, that I'm lazy to do. So I just put them in my food, hot food. I close the lid for like a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and then I mix it all and eat it. Pretty easy to do. So we're gonna throw away our eggs, spices, and let's see what we have here on Instagram. We're gonna go live on Instagram too, right? What else should we do? Hey guys, you are in my kitchen and I'm cooking my lunch. I'm actually also trying out YouTube Live, so a lot of lives from different screens. So we are almost finished. We means me and my live audience was cooking one of my regular meals. Today we are cooking as usual a lot of vegetables. Today those are kale, mushrooms, button mushrooms, bell peppers. Also, we have some fresh herbs here that we're gonna add. We also have sauerkraut mixed with wakame seaweed is as our appetizer, and as you know, sauerkraut is super rich in probiotics. Wakame is one of those seaweed that are super rich in iodine, super important for our thyroid health and to maintain high energy levels, healthy metabolism, and also healthy weight. So anyhow, thyroid health is very important. And so seaweed is one of those foods you just get tiny amount, just 5 grams of dried ones, and you get 300-400% of your iodine with no calories, no carbs, no nothing. Anyhow, so this is the appetizer. We are almost done cooking our main dish that is we have what we have red onions, we have garlic, we have kale, we have mushrooms, we have bell peppers, we have 4 eggs, and well, for example, kale is really rich in vitamin C, A, K, so great boost for our immune system and overall health. Also, we have bell peppers that are the champions in vitamin C, also great boost to our immune system. Plus, they're super delicious. We also have mushrooms that have those prebiotic fibers that feed our gut bacteria and that improves our gut health. And we know that 70 to 90% of our immune system is in our gut, guys. So we do need to feed those gut bacteria to have great gut health and immune health. So we have our mushrooms. We also have garlic that and onions that are full of prebiotic fibers. And also garlic, for example, when you activate it properly, it helps to kill pathogenic microbes and bacteria or bad guys, and also helps our immune system to fight off infections and possible pathogens and bacteria and viruses. So that all we have in our meal today, and it's almost done. 5 minutes more. And so I just wanted to go live and to share with you that healthy eating is really simple. You need to eat a lot of veggies, and most veggies are super easy to cook. What you need to know is how much time it usually takes for your vegetables to be cooked. Usually it's actually the same time when you cut it in smaller pieces. So 10-15 minutes. For leafy greens like kale, for example, it might take less, maybe 7 to 8 minutes, depending how soft you want them. So you cook your vegetables, you add healthy protein and fat from whole foods like sardines and fatty fish, like eggs, organ meats like liver, maybe meat and beef, or some other protein and fat rich source. Or maybe you want to go plant-based. Yeah, yeah, I should try many things, but right now I'm cooking. Um, so what I was talking about? I was talking about vegetables. So, vegetables, guys, healthy, balanced eating is really easy. Most of your meal, like if you take a plate, I have a plate here, right? For example, you have a plate. Ideally, like at least half of your plate, even better, like if you have 3/4 of your plate, should be occupied by your vegetables. The more vegetables, the better. And how you want to eat your vegetables, you want to add variety, because with variety of different vegetables, seasonal, local, but just different vegetables, comes variety of different nutrients. And it means that when you rotate your vegetables, the same goes for your proteins, for your fats. When you rotate your foods, you get a variety of different nutrients. So even if you think that you found your perfect meal and you're just gonna eat the same thing over and over and over again, it's not actually ideal, because that means that you're eating the same nutrients, but you are not eating other nutrients. And there is no such food that has all the nutrients. That's why you need a variety of different foods. So vegetables are great because they have a lot of fibers, vitamins, and minerals, and they have bulk, a lot of water that promotes healthy digestion, healthy hunger control, healthy blood sugar control. And again, they're just amazing sources of vitamins and minerals with just few calories. So it helps you to stay full, maintain amazing health and energy levels, and weight easier, so you are full with less calories. And that's why, vegetables are so amazing. And the statistics show the more vegetables a person eats, the healthier they tend to be on a regular basis. Of course, not like once in a blue moon, but every single day. So vegetables should be, if not in every meal, then in almost every meal. And then on top of that, if you are omnivore and you are eating seafood and you're eating organ meats and animal and plant foods, then you add some source of protein and fat usually. Like, for example, my favorite are organ meats like liver, sardines, eggs. What else are my favorite? Yes, seafood, shellfish. These are, for example, canned sardines that I always have in the house, in extra virgin olive oil with bones and skin, additional source of calcium and omega-3s, of course. Or you eat, for example, beans and pulses for the protein and more nutrients if you are a plant-based eater. You also, probably want to include something like sauerkraut or other probiotic-rich food like kimchi. So a lot of vegetables, protein and fat, mostly whole foods, and that's it. Guys, healthy eating is really simple, and healthy cooking is actually really simple too. I cook all my meals almost all the time the same way. I put all my vegetables, starting with onion, like my kale, my mushrooms, my bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, whatever I happen to cook that day. I put them all in a pan. I cook them with my protein. Usually the protein goes first because it takes a little bit more time to cook. Or in the case of eggs actually go last. But anyhow, I put it all in the pan. I cook it for 15-20 minutes on medium to low heat, sometimes with just water and my favorite herbs and spices and salt, sometimes with olive oil or coconut oil. And that's basically it, guys. Probably for just regular meals, you don't want to be like creating some cuisine art objects. No, you just want a simple meals. And to make any simple meal delicious and different, again, rotate your vegetables, your proteins, and also use your favorite herbs and spices. There are so many these days, and they make food taste delicious and every time different. So this is amazing hack. So my meal, I think, is ready. So what we're gonna do, so you're gonna take it out of the heat, and I am gonna show you what I need here, what it looks like. Please, let's see. Come on, guys, I'll show you what I need here. Okay, let me see. Do you see it? So these are my eggs, kale, mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, some garlic. And what we're gonna do now, this is the last step, and then it's done. We have fresh herbs. Here I have dill, parsley, and leeks. We're gonna put it in a pan. We're gonna close the lid, let it sit for 5 minutes to soften our herbs. Then we're gonna mix it, or not. Maybe I'm just gonna cut the. I'll see what I'm in the mood for. But anyhow, so then we're gonna eat, and that's it. The end of the story. I love a lot of herbs, guys. Why? Because They are the richest sources of antioxidants, like hands down the richest sources. And so the more fresh herbs you eat, you're also gonna be really, really healthy. So now we let it sit. And while it's sitting, what we're gonna do, we're gonna eat our snack. This is wakame seaweed and sauerkraut. So probiotics and iodine. Sometimes I also like to add sesame seeds. This just makes it crunchy and it is delicious. I usually buy wakame dry. I'm gonna show you, by the way. I'm almost out of it, but this is how it looks. I also have my YouTube channel here, but anyhow. So this is how dry wakame looks like. Small pieces, this one. And then you put it in some bowl, you add a little bit of water, you let it sit for about 10 minutes, probably even 5 will be enough. And then you can add it to your salads. You can mix it with your sauerkraut. You can put it in your cooking and nobody will notice because they're really tiny pieces unless you put a whole bunch of it, of course. And this is the best source of iodine. So what does it say here? It doesn't say much, but again, it doesn't have, in that amount, it doesn't have calories, carbs, or whatever, but a lot of iodine. So this is the best source of iodine. And this is how I'm getting my iodine in general. So what are we doing, guys? We probably want to finish this live and we're gonna start eating our meal. I'm gonna post a picture of this beauty. But the message of this live was healthy cooking is simple. Um, Try a couple of times cooking a lot of vegetables. When you cook your vegetables, cut them in smaller pieces so they cook the same time. The same goes for protein. Like if you want to cook a piece of meat or fish, try to make it the same thickness and the same size of pieces because that will make the cooking time the same and really short. And so you can cook it with your vegetables. That's probably going to take about the same time. Um, Rotate your vegetables, your protein sources, your everything. The more variety, the more rotation you have in your meals, the more different nutrients you're gonna get. So yeah, it's amazing to have the same routine, but eating the same foods the whole year is not such a great idea because with the same foods come the same nutrients, and you probably want to be getting a whole range of nutrients because the more variety of nutrients you get, the more health you're also gonna get. And again, if you're also someone who's trying to lose weight, to watch weight, always get your protein and fats in whole foods. Now, sometimes I use cooking fats, like for example, virgin, extra virgin cold press, coconut oil or olive oil. Sometimes I don't. If I'm trying to lose weight or advising someone, to what to do to lose weight, I tell them get your fats from whole foods. So no fat bombs, no fatty coffees. Eat your fatty fish, like this one. Eat your fatty fish. This actually has oil, but I'm gonna drain it. Eat your avocados, eat your nuts and seeds. Yeah, again, get your fats from your fish, from organ meats, from eggs, from whole foods. Don't add additional oils, and losing weight gonna be pretty easy, guys. The less processed foods and snack you add, the easier it is going to be for you to maintain hunger and health and get a lot of nutrition at the same time. So, bon appetit to me, to you, hopefully too soon with some healthy foods. If you have any questions about healthy cooking, eating certain nutrients, then let me know in DM, in comments. I'm more than happy to help you and answer all of your questions. I have a lot of information in my head, so I'm happy to share. Anyhow, guys, bon appetit and stay tuned for more videos. And I forgot to turn off this one. Okay.